What is going on YouTube? This is chimpact and I'm fishing set and battle for you guys. But first I have a few announcements for you guys today. As you can tell from my voice, I'm a little sick, so that's the reason why I haven't been uploading. And another reason is that I don't really have any battles to upload. Like, this battle is from a while ago, but I don't really have a lot of battles saved up because the internet here doesn't work anymore. So I'm gonna have to, like, the DS Wi-Fi internet doesn't work anymore, so I'm gonna have to drop out of every tournament. I was round 5 or 6 of Wild's tournament and round 1 and a bunch of other tournaments, but obviously Wild's tournament matters a little more to me because obviously there was a big prize and could have battled some known YouTubers as well in that tournament, so that kind of sucked. And the reason why the Wi-Fi doesn't work is because when you go on the internet browser, there's a disclaimer thing, like you have to accept the terms of service of the hotel, and my brothers decided to put that up there for some reason. I don't know why. And obviously because my DS doesn't have a web browser to accept the terms of service, I can't use the internet, and so that's why the Wi-Fi isn't working, so that kind of sucked. Anyways, let's get on to the battle. I'm going to decide to lead out with Roserade, and I need to keep Roserade pretty healthy because it brings a lot of key resistances to my team. Against rain teams, like the electric and water resistances are really good, and it also helps against his Bloom for the grass and fighting resistances. And Blooms aren't really seen that often because of Gliscor, and once I make Xatu OU, Bloom's not going to be there at all. But Xatu for OU is gonna be it's gonna happen a little later on. Also, I forgot to ask you guys, do you guys want me to use PO Pokemon Online battles with my camera microphone thing so that I can actually upload for you guys? Because obviously with no Wi-Fi I can't really upload any battles for you guys, but I can use PO. And whatever, let's just get on to the battle. My Trantar is also scarce, so really need to keep that Polytoad in check with my Roserade. So I am going to lead out with Roserade, and he is going to lead out with Rotom Wash because Rotom Wash is obviously one of the best leads in the game because Trick and Volt Switch. But he's going to switch out thinking that I'm faster than it and go out into his Jirachi as he sets up his Stealth Rock, and I'm going to just set up my spikes, and he's going to go for the Iron Head. I thought he was going to go for a Body Slam for some reason, but unfortunately he does get that flinch, so I'm going to be forced to switch out, and I'm gonna go out into my Heatran. I was gonna switch out anyway, even if he didn't get the flinch. So he's gonna go for a Body Slam right here, predicting my switch, which is a good move on his part, but unfortunately for him, he does not get that Para Hack. So he's gonna go out into his Rotom, and I only have a 30% chance to burn, and I do get it, which is really fortunate for me. Like, this Heatran has yet to miss a burn in any battle that I've had with this thing. So I do get that burn, and I'm just gonna go for Protect just to do a little bit more damage. I saw that it was obviously left over, so I don't really have to worry about that trick. I decided to stay in because I know I can take a Hydro Pump, and with Protect I can heal some leftovers recovery. So he is going to go out into his Politoed, and I'm just going to go for the Torment. And since I am at a relatively high amount of HP, and I see that this is a defensive Politoed, I am just going to go for the Lava Plume again just to try to get that burn, and I get it again, so I'm 2 for 2 in the burns. So things are looking pretty good, and he over predicts, which is really good. So now I'm up against a burn Politoed with a Heatran, so I decided to switch out and go to my Rotom, knowing that he's going to go for the Scald, and yet I still bring in my Rotom instead of my Roserade. I have no idea why I did this, but he does get that burn, so every Scald or Lava Plume has burned so far, which is pretty interesting. There's like 0.3 chance of that happening or something, 0.27, 0.027, I don't know. So I am going to scare him away and just go for the Volt Switch, and with Spikes, that brings his Jirachi down to about half, which is really interesting, or really good. Why would that be interesting? What am I saying? So he's gonna go for the Wish as I go for the Stealth Rock, and he's revealed that he's revealed all his Pokemon moves, but I'm still fearing the Thunder for some reason. I know he has Body Slam, Iron Head, Wish, and Stealth Rock, but I was fearing the Thunder for some reason. And now I'm gonna switch out, save my Roserade as Death Fighter, or I could use the Politoed of his as setup fodder and just go for the rest, and I would only be taking about 30% from a Politoed's rest or Ice Beam because I am pretty bulky. So he is going to leave in his Jirachi in on my Rotom, which is kind of a bad play on his part because I can just set up on this all day. Even though he doesn't know my set, he shouldn't really have his Jirachi in on me because he can't really do anything to me either. So he is going to go for the Iron Head, and I luckily get that Will-O-Wisp off, and I don't miss. So now I really don't need to keep my Heatran that healthy because Heatran, I really need to just I really just needed Heatran to take on Jirachi, and now I can play a little less safe with Heatran because Jirachi can't do anything too much because Iron Heads aren't doing a whole lot, and it can't flinch hacks me because it's taking damage every turn. So it's looking really good for me right now. He does get the wish off for his Politoed, but I haven't even brought in my sand yet, so I have a huge advantage with 2 layers of spike. And even though I don't have the weather up, it doesn't really matter because I can just bring it in at any moment. And I do have the sub up against his Politoed, so I am just gonna use that to my advantage. And I'm gonna just go for the Torment because going for a Lava Plume would be pretty much useless. He was really fearing the Lava Plume at this point, but I did go for the Torment, and that is really good because as soon as he goes for the Earthquake on my Heatran, I'm gonna switch out and go into my Tyranitar because he's not gonna be able to go for the Earthquake twice in a row due to Torment. And I just want to get my weather up because, like I said earlier, my Tyranitar is Choice Scarf, so I'm not gonna be able to get that residual leftovers HP. So I really need to keep my Tyranitar healthy against his team because I don't really have leftovers recovery helping me out to help me in the weather war. So because he did go for the Earthquake, I am gonna bring in my Tyranitar immediately, and with Torment and Skarm, I can take this Gliscor on really well. And so I am gonna go out into my Skarmory right here, but first I really just want to get that Sturdy activated, so I am gonna go for the Roost as he Ice Fangs, and I really need to get the Roost off as he Ice Fangs so that he wouldn't be able to hit me with anything else. So now I am just gonna go for the Whirlwind as he Swords Dances. So now he has this Thunderous. He takes quite a bit of damage from Stealth Rock and Sandstorm, so I don't really have to worry about the Thunderous that much. And luckily for me, he does miss this Thunder in the sand. I don't really know what its accuracy is in the sand. I'm pretty sure it's 70%, but some people have been saying it's 50%, but I'm pretty sure it's 70%. I think Thunder is 50% in Sun, but 70% in its regular accuracy in sand. That's what I think, at least, or that's what I believe, not what I think. So he does hit his Focus Blast, so my Heatran is at a pretty low amount of HP, so now he's gonna go out into his Rotom, and I'm just gonna go for a Protect as he goes for the Hydro Pump. And with the Sand and the Burn, I'm handling his Rotom pretty well, and I'm healing a bunch of HP along the way. So now I'm gonna go out to my Roserade Death Fighter pretty much, and he's used up a lot of Hydro Pump PP so far, so I don't really have to worry about it that much. But it doesn't really matter because I'm just gonna bring in my Gengar and just wreak havoc on his team right now, because I just go for the Shadow Ball right here. That's easily gonna be able to take out his Rotom, and he doesn't really have anything else that can take on this Gengar really well. He's gonna go out to his Jirachi, which is burned, so that's really fortunate for me that it is burned, so he's not going to be able to do a lot of damage with Iron Head. I'm just going to go for a Substitute because I think that Iron Head is not going to be able to break my Substitutes. Even though I don't have any defensive investment, I'm pretty sure that he's not going to be able to break my Substitutes, and I was sure that this Shadow Ball was going to be able to take it out, but he lives with a sliver of HP. He's going to go for the Iron Head, and unfortunately that is going to be able to break my sub. I did get that special defense drop on the Shadow Ball, but it doesn't really matter because with the burn residual damage, it's going to be pretty much the same amount of HP, and the Shadow Ball doesn't even finish him off with the special defense drop, so whatever. Didn't really matter that much. Didn't matter at all, actually. So with the burn, it is going to be able to take out his Jirachi. So Gengar's taking out 2 Pokemon so far, and he's going to go out into his Breloom, and I was really thinking that this was going to be a defensive Breloom, so I'm going to go for the sub, thinking that I can take a Seed Bomb because I do resist it, and it does break my sub, so that kind of sucks. I could have just gone for the Shadow Ball and taken it out and had another sub, but whatever. If it was a defensive Breloom, Shadow Ball probably wouldn't have taken it out, so that's why I did go for the Substitute. And now he's going to go out to his Gliscor, and I'm just going to go for the Shadow Ball, do as much damage to it as I can. I really need this thing taken out, and luckily for me, I do take it out with a crit. That sucks for him. I did have Rotom Wash as a pseudo counter to his Gliscor because Ice Fang and Earthquake weren't going to do a whole lot to my Rotom, but my Rotom was burned, so I could have missed a few Hydro Pumps and could have subbed up, and it could have been a problem. Politoed does live this Scald, but I am just going to go out to my Tyrant. Obviously, I go out to my Tyranitar just to get the Pursuit off, and could have gone to anything else, but I decided to go out to my Tyranitar to finish it off in style. So that was a good game. Humanshoe, one of my favorite narrators. Definitely go check him out. Sorry for my voice. I'll be healed up to full after I go for the rest. I'll be asleep for 2 more days, and then I'll wake up. I might use sleep talk. Bad jokes are bad, maybe. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Thanks for watching.